Tell us about getting Eli's mom, that role.
Oh, that was, the old days when we went into the little trailer to audition in person.
Right. The before times.
The before times, yeah. I just went up there. I think it was Carol Kelsey, I believe, cast the
Yeah.
first two, and then this I believe it was Clark and Page. They're fabulous. Yeah, it was. I just went in and read a tiny scene. I think it might have been like the little scene. It's a dream sequence that Eli has where I'm waking him up in the morning and telling him to get on with it. And I think it was just that little scene right there.
Yeah, he was remembering once he's aboard the ship,
Yeah.
he's remembering uh living at home under his mom's roof and
Yeah.
kind of not being motivated to become reach his full potential. And
Right.
he's got his
Right.
mother who has been infected with HIV,
Mm-hmm.
and she's basically still being mom to this grown adult who just refuses to get on with his life. A
Yeah,
lot
that's
of people can relate to that.
right. Yeah.
So that was
Oh yeah, that was just a perfect situation. I loved that little scene too, but I think that was I I I think that was the one that I got the part for. And I think I went back for a callback as well. And then I do believe that that was Andy Makita that
that's correct.
shot that, right? Yeah. And I think that was the first scene I did
Okay.
in the series. Yeah. And then I went back and did the scene in the kitchen.
Over the phone.
Oh, I did on the phone,
Yeah.
and then yeah, and then I went back and did the the scene in the kitchen, and um I yeah, I just remember sitting sort of outside of the house, and um Robert Carlyle came up to me and welcomed me, and I thought, oh, this is nice. So again, they just make you feel at home. So yeah,
Absolutely. You
yeah,
worked mostly opposite David Blue, who played your
yeah,
son Eli.
yeah.
Any memories of working with David?
Oh God, yeah. Like, oh, he was just great. He was just Eli. He was just David. He really was. Um, you know, sort of fumbling about, and then just nailing it, or not, and try. He was just great. He was very friendly and lovely, and um yeah, I really liked him.
He says hello, by the way.
Oh, does he? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I emailed him, let him know that you were coming on. I said, "Oh, please tell her hello for me." So he's a
Yeah.
good guy, and you're right. The cast like never let him forget that you are basically that character. That really is him, the gamer
Yeah.
type, the sci-fi type. So it wasn't a
Is
lot to
he?
take him to get into it.
Right, right. I never quite knew if he was the math boy he uh that he was playing. I don't know, but
In terms of the
I
math, I'm not
got it.
entirely sure, but the sci-fi and the gamer, he
Yeah.
streams on Twitch to this day playing video games. So it was very appropriate
Oh,
that they found a guy that could really, exemplify
yeah.
that. What was it
Yeah, yeah.
like playing this uh, uh, person who is talking to the Air Force, talking to a person who is, I mean, he's sitting in front of you, but the person that you're talking to is in the show someone else. We're kind of like
Yeah.
seeing like who's under the surface, whose soul we're watching almost.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you have to be conscious of that fact going along that, yeah, I'm talking
Yeah.
to him, but I'm really talking to someone else who's he's pretending to be someone else. There's a lot of levels at play here in these kitchen scenes.
I know, I know. I was thinking about that one in watching it. I was wondering, with in the hospital scene, later in the
Oh,
was in which one was that? Gauntlet? No, not Gauntlet. The one before.
let me double check here. So that would have been like one of the. That's the episode where you board the ship, and I believe
that was
that
the
is
one
Pathogen.
Pathogen. Yeah, that was the one
Yes.
Robert directed. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, playing with I thought it worked really well in the kitchen. When they first meet, but I just kind of wanted her um to give over a little bit in the hospital. She was just like, there's no way was she letting this guy get to
No,
her. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
she couldn't
Um,
believe that it was her son talking to
yeah,
her, and no
I
matter
know.
what this guy said, he was like, "No, this is ridiculous.
I
This
know
is
it's
not
not going to happen.
possible."
And I know, and they set it up really well. And I love this with the prior to the first scene. When he said, when or when Eli says, he goes home for the first time, and he says she's never gonna get this. She can't follow an episode of Star Trek.
That's right.
I
That's
know,
right.
I know. And I thought, okay, good. I'm at home here because yeah, I like that.
That was really funny.
Yeah,
The situation that she's thrown in is, I mean, just wild. I mean, the opening scene with her, I think, is very telling. She's like, "Are you an airplane? You sound like you're in an airplane." So
yeah,
she can't, like Eli says, she can't follow an episode of Star Trek. Her mind is just not going these places,
yeah,
and we can only put ourselves in her shoes to be like, wow, what a wild situation to have your child across the other end of the cosmos not
yeah,
be able to talk to you using his own face. How do you communicate with someone like that? And then when you're in
yeah.
the hospital bed at death's door and you've got a stranger saying that he's your son, you just can't process it.
I know, I know. It was a lot to process, but yeah, yeah. I always felt with that phone call too. I think she was in a place with her son where she just wanted him to do something,
Right.
get on with it.
Oh boy,
Um,
will he.
yeah, yeah. I know.
I was talking with my dad. My dad is former U.S. Military, retired,
Oh,
and he had frustration with the fact that in the story she's only going to get the care that she needs because they can't afford the treatments that
yeah,
she needs.
yeah.
She's only going to get it if Eli goes off on this mission.
Right.
Uh, and that always made him a little bit uncomfortable because it was like they were dangling a carrot in front of him because like if you go and do this, then we're gonna take care. I suspect they probably would have regardless after that, but um, it was one of the little things that bothered him. But I mean, he does go off on this mission. He gets trapped out there, and even though she is getting the health care that she needs, she is then in a position where she is losing her battle because she has been cut off from her son. And
Hmm.
God knows what she thinks he's thinking of her being out of contact. These were two people who were really close.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're kind of
Yeah, because the father was
yeah.
estranged, and uh, uh yeah, you really felt for her. Um and then I gotta say, I totally bought it when she shows up.
It's one of my favorite scenes in
I
the
know.
show. Maybe top 5 in
Oh,
terms of like a payoff for a
mhm.
storyline because Ming Na Wen's character Camille Ray says, I'm not asking you guys. I'm telling you, we need this boy to have
Yeah,
his mind in the game. Get
that's
his mom
right.
on the
Yeah,
ship and get him past this.
yeah, yeah.
What was it like to have that payoff in the episode, to finally make eye contact with him and be like, okay, now at least I know, yeah, he's in he's not on an airplane.
It felt exactly like it played. It really
Yeah.
did. It just didn't, there was no acting required. Um, it was so exciting that day. Yeah, it really was. Yeah, no, it was just, it just, yeah, yeah, it seems like that. They just play, you know.
Well, because they're real. You
Yeah.
know? Hey everyone, it's David. Hope you're enjoying the clips during the break. We will be returning in the spring. In the meantime, are you good with English? Are you one of those people who take pride in your grasp of it? Well, we have a great team over here transcribing the backed catalog of Stargate interviews and have dozens more to go. If you're interested in joining me and a small Stargate diehard community looking to preserve the stories brought to Dial the Gate into text form, then please email me at dialthegateshow@gmail.com. There's a little something in it for you, and you'll be helping to pass along the stories to future generations of fans who have yet to discover the show. Thanks so much for watching Dial the Gate.